was like a full like 180. You know what I mean? Like we went from like relegations to playoffs, which I think is a huge improvement. So I'm proud of the team. I think we worked really hard this split. I think just going from kind of just like the bottom team to be able to go to playoffs, I think that shows that we were really like motivated and wanted to actually prove that we're not just some like free win for the other teams. So I was really happy about that. So I think this time around in playoffs we did come a lot more prepared than we did in the regular season. So we really emphasized on like good picks, ban, good draft, and like a winning bot side of the map where we had a strong jungle matchup as well as a bot lane duo matchup. So game 1, we came in with our strategy. We kind of predicted the way they were going to pick and ban. The only thing that was like only a little bit unexpected was them going for Zac over Gragas. So we knew that we were going to have like a stronger jungle matchup and a stronger duo lane matchup, and which is what we punished. We had a really strong early game that time around. We kept getting leads bottom, and then when it came to, I think that game specifically, it was the Baron play that we had. We had, I think, double mountain, and we thought that we could burn Baron and get out, but they stole it. And then from there, it was a lot more difficult because Tristana had like her 3 core items, and they just scaled better. And we had an early game composition, and their team fighting was better. So yeah, I mean, we just made a small mistake, and then it ended up like losing us the game. So yeah, game 2. Same strategy. We were on purple side again, and then yeah, we just executed it properly. We had really strong early game bot side again. We pressured them, and then we just executed it well, and then we closed the game out. And then I think from then, we still, going into game 3, we still felt like the strategy was good, so we kept doing that. And then we won game 3 off that as well. We had our strong early game, we executed properly, and then this time around, they actually did try to, in game 3, they tried to have like a matching bot lane, meaning like they tried to have like some kind of pressure instead of getting counterpicked. So they went with the Jinx Morgana that time, and even though it was like okay, I think we still were able to like outplay them, and then we won the team fights and we won the early game. Oh god, yeah, game 4 was pretty sad. I mean, I'm pretty sure we had that game 1, although I think our draft was a little bit off because we only had Varus as a damage dealer, and we had a like quadra tank lineup essentially. So we were really pressured to do well in the early game and close it out. And we were in the winning seat the most of the game, but then we made we made a big mistake at Dragon, and then yeah, I'm pretty sure like once in that team comp that we drafted, we can't make like any mistakes. So we were super far ahead. We had the game snowballing. But then once the enemy team got a team fight win, they got Baron, and then from there it's like over. There's nothing we could do just because Tristana was so big. I think it was Tristana. So yeah, and then game 5, we tied the series. I think going into game 5, we were all still confident, but it definitely, yeah, I didn't really feel anything. I don't know about the other players, but it did suck to lose the game 4 because that was, essentially our way to get into next round of playoffs, and I think we really could have won that game. It's just, yeah, we fucked up. But yeah, game 5, it was our only blue side match, so maybe that kind of threw us off a bit, since it was like we were playing purple side this entire series, and then we just swapped to blue side, and we weren't as comfortable. I don't think any of us really thought about it, actually. It was just we kept winning, where we kept feel like we were doing well, so there's no need to change it, right? Like if it's not broken, don't fix it. So it felt like we were doing really well on purple side in this series specifically, and so we just did it. And I think it was partly due to the fact that if we stay on purple side, we can get the counter pick for top lane, and CLG is really good at abusing like split push matchups, so that's why we didn't want to have that happen. So that was partly the reason why we did that, but it was mainly the fact that we were doing well on purple side, so there's no reason for us to swap to blue. But that being said, we tried to draft Gnar, and I think he got instantly counterpicked by Camille. It's kind of hard to remember exactly what happened, but I remember our top lane was behind, and that was the kog'maw game. So we didn't really practice too much kog'maw mid this week, but we had practiced it during the split, and we felt like it was a good time to pull out the kog'maw, have like kind of a surprise pick almost. And I first picked Kalista because we were doing well with it in scrims, and I was feeling pretty comfortable at the time. But immediately after I first picked Kalista, they drafted a team comp that was like pretty much a callistic counter comp in my opinion. I mean, they had like a lot of ways to deal with me. So they had Gragas, Alistar, Camille. I can't remember the other one. Oh, Corki. But it was mainly the Gragas, Alistar, Camille. It was really hard for me to do anything in team fights. But if they targeted me, that means Kog was able to do a lot of damage. So we felt like it was going to be okay. But I think we played the team fights poorly, and our top laner was behind, so it was really hard to deal with the split pushing. So we needed to force team fights really hard, and we just didn't engage properly, and then eventually we just lost the game off of like poor team fighting as well as getting split pushed. And I think we needed to win the series earlier. And I mean, like the game 5, like they played it really well, and so that's them doing that. But I think game 1 and 4, the games that we lost, those were definitely the ones that we should have won, and that's pretty much what lost the series. So I mean, it's really well played by CLG, but yeah, it just sucks to lose to when we were clearly able to win the games. Yeah, I mean, I have mixed feelings. I think it's especially like after a big loss. Like I know there's a lot of people saying it was a lot better than anyone's expectations, right? Like there was supposed to be like a 0-3 stomp and all that, but even though, yeah, I kind of agree. Like, yeah, we weren't supposed to win that game, and we still did okay, and we still played really well. It still sucks, no matter how you look at it. It's really difficult to take a loss like that. I'm just really happy that kind of the way that we grew as a team, because I remember last split, I felt like we didn't really play much as a team, and we kind of, I don't know how to put it, but it was just like five individual players kind of trying to work things out. But this time it felt like we were all playing as a team, and when we made a mistake as a team, we kind of accepted it and tried to work on it. So yeah, I mean, I don't think there's like any huge memorable moments, but yeah, just the fact that we like actually put in the effort as a team to improve, it was really good.